That's it. Good to see you too. Test, test, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Cromer Park for round 16 of New South Wales NPL men's action. It's the Battle of the Beaches once again. How we doing? Keep going. Keep rolling. It's the Central Coast Mariners playing host to Manly United. 6 p.m. kickoff here at Cromer Park. No.
Good evening. Welcome to Cromer Park for tonight's NPL Men's New South Wales game between Central Coast Mariners and your Manly United. Lineups are in, so firstly, for the Mariners. In goal, number 40, Joel Wade. Number 2, Luca Pecora. Number 3, the captain, Michael Paragalli. Number 4, Rocco Smith. Number 5, Ben Hewitt. Number 10, Ayuk Mo. Number 11, Jai Rose. Number 21, Mugingo Mporta. Number 23, Lawrence Taylor. Number 24, Kai Schumacher. And number 39, Harper Riles. On the Mariners bench, number 6, Jordan Small. Number 9, Ahmad El Helou. Number 17, Jesse Mantell. Number 22, Shumba Mutukoi. Number 30, Jared Williams. And number 38, Harrison Yablonski. And the lineup for Manly United. In goal, number 1, Levi Kay. Number 2, Aaron O'Driscoll. Number 3, Matthew O'Donoghue. Number 4, Jesse Pierce. Number 8, Stefano Rossello. Number 10, Harry McCarthy. Number 11, Lucas Meek. Number 19, Alan Aganovich. Number 23, Darcy Burgess. Number 26, Harry van der Sar. And number 28, Jasper Chipman. Manly substitutes, number 6, Bilal Belkadi. Number 7, Peter Kikeris. Number 9, Benjamin Cooper. Number 12, Rocco Bell. Number 17, Farah Koko. And number 21, Anthony Carreras. All the best to both teams. Manly United thanks the following businesses for their support during the 2025 season. Community Bank Freshwater, Brown Brothers Skip Beers, Ray White, Brookvale Mazda, DYRSL, Lion Sport Travel, Bingley, Balgala and Motorville, JB Metropolitan, CMS Surveyors, Auto Body Smash Repairs, Brookvale Aluminium, the Athlete's Foot Warringah Mall, Amazon Power Asai, Benedict Recycling and Building Materials, Blue Dog Signs, Help Up, Northern Beaches Marine, Oxford Falls Grammar School, Vine Apparel, Hollydean Estates, Loomis, Manly Pacific Sydney, Mytronics, Riggs Brookvale, Grilled, Banana Blossom, and Bestie. welcome the two teams onto the field.
Yes, good evening and a very warm welcome indeed to Cromer Park here on Sydney's northern beaches for this deferred round 16 clash between Manly United and the Central Coast Mariners, the Battle of the Beaches, as it has been dubbed in some quarters. Mariners technically the home side tonight, hoping for a home away from home victory of sorts, needing 3 points really to try and flip the script on their season so far. Still anchored to the foot of the table, battling relegation. 3 points tonight would see them level on points, at least with Mount Druitt. As for Manly United, 3 points crucial to their search for survival as well. Well, not survival so much, but in their fight for finals, I should say. Victory tonight would see them within touching distance, within just 4 points of that crucial sixth and final spot. The team news is in, so let's take you through how each side lines up ahead of kickoff here at Cromer. Starting for technically the home side tonight, Lucas Villela makes one change to his side that's went down 1-0 at the hands of Blacktown City on Sunday afternoon. Out drops Prayag Tapper. In comes Kai Schumacher. The full lineup as follows. In goal, of course, number 40, Joel Wade. The 2, Luca Pecora. 3 in captain, Michael Paragali. 4, Rocco Smith. And 5, Ben Mewett. 10, Aok Mo. 11, Jai Rose. 21, Muginga Mpota. 23, Lawrence Taylor. 24, Kai Schumacher. And leading the line, number 39, Harper Riles. For Manly United this evening, 2 changes for Patrick Svonsvik's side, who also tasted defeat 1-0 at the hands of Sydney United, also on Sunday afternoon. In goal, of course, the ever-present just about Levi Kay. The 2, Aaron O'Driscoll. 3, Matthew O'Donoghue. 4, Jesse Perez. 8, Stefano Rossello. 10, Harry McCarthy. 11, Lucas Meek. 19, Alan Aganovich. 23, Darcy Burgess. 26, Harry van der Sarg. And 28, Jasper Chapman. The whistle blows and away we go here at Cromer Park, finally, for round 16 between the Mariners and Manly United. Manly kicking from right to left on your screens in their, of course, traditional blue kits. The Mariners in their traditional home kits of yellow and navy. Those 2 changes, as we mentioned, for Patrick Svonsvik's side this week. Bilal Belkadi drops to the bench. Tiger Kawano drops out of the squad entirely. Harry McCarthy, a man who needs no introduction, really, to the Central Coast Mariners particularly, steps in, as does Jasper Chapman. Donahue back with O'Driscoll. Manly will be hoping for a little more spark up top than perhaps what they showed against Sydney United, particularly in the first half on Sunday afternoon. Unable to muster a shot in the first 45 down at Sydney United Sports Centre. Knocking it about with a bit of purpose here and striding forward on the far touchline. Decent looking ball into the area, repelled initially. Back with O'Donoghue. Continued his foray forwards. Just be shepherded out over this near touchline by Pecora, or over the byline, I should say. Certainly improved in that second half showing against Sydney United, particularly following the introductions of players like Harry McCarthy, Peter Kikeris and Ben Coop as well. And a little more grit and firepower up top. Chapman digs one out. tough one to control for Cora, but he's able to do so. Now, fizzed in at the feet of Mo. It's a bit of a shove in the back there. Many players don't necessarily agree with it, but they don't have to. It's Harry van der Sarg conceding the free kick. Swept out to this near touch line to Pecora. He was a long way behind the Mariners fullback though, and despite his best efforts, unable to keep it in the field of play. Van der Sarg keen to get things on the move from the restart. The channel it goes, it eludes Paragali. Rocco Smith chasing under the pressure of Meek. Joel Wade hurriedly just punting it upfield somewhat. Wasn't the cleanest of connections, but anywhere will do really. With Meek bearing down on him. Here is Van der Sarg. Seems to just float about everywhere, really, Harry van der Sarg. Really given licence to roam by Patrick Svonswijk. This is McCarthy. Van der Sarg nods it on. Free kick conceded by Matthew O'Donoghue. Tug on the jersey of Lawrence Taylor. As for the Mariners, they were much improved in their match against Blacktown City on the weekend. Come out of it with anything to show for it, but the performance will be, I'm sure, pleasing to Lucas Vallela and his staff. Signs of promise, signs of improvement, but at this stage of the season, it's points that matter. They need to get some on the board to ensure that this season really doesn't get away from them. Potter it was, he's just given it away on that far touchline. Manly will win the throw, just about right in the corner. Hoisted in and nodded clear initially by Mewitz. Manly will just go back to halfway and look to reload here through O'Driscoll. Juganovic. Patient in possession here, Manly. O'Donoghue. Van der Sarg. Is trying to squeeze Manly off it as they enter the final third. It's Rossello spinning, looking to link up with O'Donoghue, who's done well to stretch and keep it in play. Cross didn't beat Pecora though. Those coaches corralling their technical areas. Lucas Vallela shouting instructions at his troops, ensuring they've got their shape set just so. O'Driscoll. Van der Sarg just offering the bounce pass there. O'Donoghue. The stick inside Mo. Has Riles providing company as well. Able to find Juganovic. Breaking crossfield switch of play from Juganovic towards Van der Sarg, who will rise to meet it. Header only finds Joel Wade in goal for the Central Coast Mariners though. Searching ball in the direction of Riles. O'Driscoll got there first. Mo Able to pick up on the second ball, feeding off scraps and then drag down. Rocco Smith. Across the back it goes now. Ben Mewett. Mariners with what has been so far in this one, a bit of a rare chance to stroke some passes together. 8 or so minutes gone here at Cromer Park. It's Pecora. Vanderside for company. Didn't stick the pass though, Pecora looking to combine with Taylor, and now McCarthy emerges with it. Touch on the jersey of Harry McCarthy as well. Referee just waited to see if the advantage would accrue and then pulls it back for the free kick. Now Chapman. Here's O'Donoghue. Looked to shift onto his left and try and go around the outside of Pecora. There wasn't much room to do so though. Pecora just prods it over the near touch line. Searching the ball into the area, looking for Lucas Meek, but flag was up. It's just lurking in an offside position there, Lucas Meek. Joel Wade, not sure if he was in two minds there whether or not to come and claim. Perhaps saw the flag go up as early as it did. Spoke about the Mariners' need to get points on the board, as we said. Haven't tasted victory since all the way back in round 5 in that 3-0 victory down at Sydney United. 3 points tonight and a 2-goal swing in their favour would actually see them leapfrog Matt Druitt on the table. Spinning a Schumacher, that's handy. Harper Riles now. Skips around the challenge of Chapman, able to deliver the cross as well. Flicked on by Mpota. Arriving late is Mewett. As Burgess for company. Wants to go back and recycle, and now driven in low towards Dry Rose. Onto his right. Rose! Great save, Levi Kay. And the first shot in anger of the first half goes the way of the Mariners. They do look good in patches when they start to link up like that, and the passes do stick. Rose, who was the closest to scoring for the Mariners against Blacktown at the weekend as well, striking the crossbar with a sublime free kick. It's Mo sizing up the cross, takes a wicked deflection on the way through. Rose looking to try and feed off the straps, but just doesn't sit for him. Now Chapman. Rose cuts out the pass. Grown into this one in the last couple of minutes, has Dry Rose. And he's brought down as well, just halfway between the halfway line and the edge of the penalty area. Skips around the challenge of O'Donoghue. Pass was just left too far ahead of Lawrence Taylor though, and hands possession back to Manly only momentarily. Harry van der Sarg's pass was picked out. Taylor wins it back for the Mariners. Now, Dry Rose bursting forward again on this near touch line. It's Pecora. Slides one in behind for Ayok Mo. Pulled into the area. And everyone was stretching to reach it. No one able to make meaningful contact with it. This is better from the Mariners. And again, another free kick. What has been a real sort of procession of free kicks for the Mariners in the last couple of minutes. Harper Riles that time. Same sort of spot as where the last one was taken. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't look too comfortable either, Harper Riles, and they're readying a change already, are the Central Coast. That's not a good sign for the Central Coast Mariners. The board's going to go up here indeed. Harper Riles brought down there. And that will end his evening. Ahmed El Helu stripped and ready for action. Riles makes his way from the pitch. El Helu, who's been in decent touch for the under-20s, set up 3 goals to his name so far this season. Scored a brace as well in the under-20s win against Blacktown at the weekend.
Number 39, Harper Riles, replaced by number 9, Ahmad El Helu.
A crucial brace in the under-20s, of course, as they won 4-2 as the free kick gets swung in towards the penalty spot. Repelled initially, nodded straight back in, bit of head tennis, and then poked up. Try and juggle his way, my apologies, that's Mo. Try and juggle his way into the area. Switching play towards Van der Sarg. Michael Riles is making his way straight to the sheds. And he is walking very gingerly indeed. Best wishes to Harper Riles, of course. As McCarthy now looks to skip through. O'Donoghue offering support. Van der Sarg now. Go back and reload on halfway with Aganovic. Now Pires. Chapman. Rossello. There's a lot of possession for Manly United, but not a whole lot of purpose to it just yet. They're struggling to break down the Mariners' 2 banks of 4, so it seems, so far. Similar sorts of struggles on Sunday afternoon at Sydney United, as we said. So far in this one, it is the Mariners who have gone closest. Jai Rose drawing a very good save out of Levi Kay. We've spoken plenty about the Mariners' form or lack thereof so far this season. That's a handy looking ball into the channel. Racing forward. Well, the flag is... I was going to say the flag is up, but I'm not sure I actually saw the flag go up. The referee seemed to be indicating there was an offside. Back to that point we were making about the Mariners' lack of form. Manly will need to start getting some points on the board themselves, as we said. Win tonight would see them just 4 points outside the top 6. Sydney United currently occupying that 6th and final spot for the race for finals. Rossello. Just 1 win in Manly's last 5 though. 2 draws in the mix as well. Three points. So critical for both sides tonight for very different reasons. Again, back to O'Driscoll. Assessing all the options in front and just goes square to Aganovic. Quick one over the top towards Burgess, nodded down. Again, the Mariners able to pick up on the loose ball. Stepping forward though is Van der Sarg. together between Lucas Meek and Pecora. Pecora feeling the contact was just shoulder to shoulder. A little too much in it for the referee's liking, however. O'Driscoll again. Love to see how many touches he's actually had on the ball at the end of 90 minutes, of course. Here he is again. A vastly experienced Irish centre-half. Some time at Manchester City and Southampton in his youth, of course. Here he is again, Ganovich now. Curious, using the full width of the pitch, and will sweep one in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's chaos, and it's offside. And the United thought they had broken the deadlock in the 19th minute here at Cromer. Van der Sarg's little nod down, nearly proving calamitous for the Mariners. Final touch was off Lucas Meek. I don't think he knew all too much about it, in fairness. Just ricocheted off his chest and into the back of the net, but he was offside. So it remains still 0-0 here as we tick into the 20th minute. Burgess. Good little overlap, and Burgess looking for the return pass, but again the Mariners able to steal in. They can't keep it in the field of play. Again the Mariners. O'Donoghue now looking to skip inside. It's Rossello. Burgess with a little layoff. Going back in the centre of the park by El Helou. Looking for the return pass. Didn't reach him. Peary's got there first, but the referee was playing advantage, waiting to see if it would accrue for the Mariners, and it didn't. Back we come for the free kick. Staff wanting a bit more intensity in the press. It's not the press that's won the ball back. It's a decent looking header forward from Ganovich, which found Van der Sarg. A little slide rule pass into the area though, too close to Joel Wade. Is rising above El Helou. Van der Sarg now just hooks it forward, but no real purpose on the pass from Harry Van der Sarg. We've certainly come to expect a bit better over the years. Harry McCarthy was giving chase, but forlornly. It's a heavy touch which allows Pecora to steal in, and then Pecora just gives it straight back to the number 3. Ganovich all the way back to Levi Kay, who hasn't had too much to do in this one. He's been called upon to make one very good save indeed. See the bar on the far side of the pitch there, heavily occupied. Patrons here at Cromer Park. Fantastic setup here, of course, on the northern beaches in the United's home. for Burgess, who will continue to apply the press. Smith affects the initial clearance. Taylor will send it into touch. Just over halfway through the first half here at Cromer Park. If you are just joining us, pleasure to have your company as always. Of course, Pete Pryor with you on behalf of Football New South Wales. Still goalless here for this deferred round 16 clash between the Mariners and Manly United. Potter has gone down very heavily there as well. He looks to be in a fair amount of discomfort. Mariners have already been forced into one change. That's a loose pass from Pecora. Rossello. And now Van der Sarg weaving onto his right and clipping it towards the penalty spots. Meek looked to not at goalwards. It took a touch off Ben Mewett and into the arms of the very grateful Joel Wade. A teasing sort of clip delivery that from Van der Sarg. Mo immediately harassed by O'Donoghue. Out to this near touchline for Pecora. He's stretching though and couldn't quite link up with Mo. Now Burgess driving inside. Van der Sarg wide. A couple of step overs. Linking up with Chapman and now O'Donoghue again. Just to go back and just reload once again. O'Driscoll, Aganovic and Pires. Driven out for this near touchline for O'Donoghue. Rossello. Chapman. O'Driscoll again looking to try and stretch the pitch. It's a handy looking ball out for periods, but once again, Ben Mewett standing firm. And he'll have the return pass from El Helu as well. Rocco Smith now. Mariners turn to look to try and play their way across the back. Aragali. Cora, who's been heavily involved so far. Jai Rose, who looks to have switched wings for now. El Helu. Oh, that's a very handy looking ball indeed to try and unlock Lawrence Taylor. It's a very good sliding challenge to halt the advance of Taylor as well from O'Donoghue. Lawrence Taylor absolutely pinning his ears back there. Almost literally. As he went through the gears to try and reach that one. Good turn from El Helu, but cross just off the outside of the boot, floating harmlessly behind. Just a goal kick. Who haven't beaten Manly since their reintroduction to the state's top flight, of course. Wouldn't have fond memories of round one from this season, that's for certain. Manly putting 5 on them that night. Tiger Kawano opened the scoring. Not involved today. O'Driscoll added a second, of course, on the ball there. Lucas Meek at the double and Coco Farrow as well. Adding the 5th, the cherry on the icing on the cake. Here's O'Donoghue, swinging one towards the top of the box. Cleared by Paragali as far as Taylor. Taylor driving one forward, but Van der Sarg will pick it out. Little flick around the corner there from El Helu to find Mpota. Hewitt couldn't quite reel us in though. Mariners did, of course, take a point in their last home fixture against Manly at Plume Park. This, as we said, technically their home fixture today. Very few in the side today who were involved with that 2-2 draw last season, though. Such has been the turnover in the Mariners Academy over the last couple of seasons. This is certainly one of perhaps the most youthful Mariners Academy lineups I can recall seeing over the last few seasons. These players would still be eligible for under-18s competition, not just this season, but next season as well, as Rose looks to slalom inside. Lawrence Taylor does well to find El Helu. El Helu might just strike, he does! He's trying to angle it inside Levi K's near post. Fancy Levi K had that covered. But again, positive signs for the young Mariners there. Lawrence Taylor with the shot assist. He's so highly rated, young Lawrence Taylor, as well. Versatile young man. Has operated in the centre of the park for most of the season, but I've also seen him slot in at right back and right midfield. It's a cheap turnover from Rocco Smith, and Manly might just have an opportunity here. Good save from Joel Wade. With straight at him, in all fairness. Lucas Meek just snatching the chance somewhat. Don't get too many opportunities like that. Mariners just fluffing their clearances a couple of times. Unable to make them pay. Mariners want to go straight back up the other end. It's a handy looking ball in the direction of El Helu. How's the strength from El Helu? And now Pecora is blocked again. End-to-end stuff, this at Cromer. Outstanding strength from El Helu, and the awareness to play the back heel to link up with Pecora. Here's Pecora again. Well, that's not the best of passes from Luca Pecora. Straight to the feet of Meek. Lawrence Taylor is going to get a ticking off from the referee here, and he's going to go into the referee's notebook, in fact. Perhaps a combination of the sliding challenge from behind and the fact that he's stopped what could have been a promising counter-attack from Manly there, justifying Lawrence Taylor earning the first booking of the evening. O'Driscoll. Manly just settle back into their usual modus operandi. Chapman. Ganovich. Lucas Vallela is an absolute live wire on this touchline at the moment. Absolutely dancing up and down his technical area. Rossello, lay off there towards Van der Sar. Good looking back heel as well. Could it be the opener? It's initially saved, not once but twice. Meek denied from the rebound, a third strike. Locked off again by Joel Wade. That's a triple save from the Mariners clubman, and that is absolutely outstanding goalkeeping to keep the scores at 0-0. That's much better from Manly. That's what they want to see. Harry McCarthy it was who was initially denied. Lucas Meek struck the post. Joel Wade recovered quickly enough to ensure that he had his near post covered as well. Manly with the corner for their troubles. In swinging delivery, near post, goal! There's the opener.
Goal from Manly United, scored by number 11.
Number 11, Lucas Meek.
The score is Manly
With a
1,
darting run
Mariners
towards the
0.
near post. And flashing ahead of beyond Joel Wade. Manly finally break the deadlock. It's a smart header from Manly's number 11, of course. Lucas Meek has his 4th goal of the season. 33 minutes gone here at Cromer Park. And Manly United lead. Where to from here? Will that spark the Mariners into life, or will that goal simply buoy Manly United? It's the Mariners who want to get on the front foot here. Pecora, Rose. Inverting now, Rose. Clipping one towards the edge of the area. It's fantastic! What a response immediately from the Central Coast Mariners.
Goal for Central Coast Mariners, scored by number 9.
Ahmed El-Helou off the bench and onto the score sheet. Well, we were just musing about what the response would be from the Central Coast Mariners. I think we got our answer. Ahmed El-Helou's first senior goal for the Mariners, and it's one apiece. Chapman drives one forward towards Meek. Wade thought about coming to claim and didn't, and it's a real tangle inside the penalty area. Meek certainly feeling that he was impeded and dragged down. The crowd baying for a penalty, up in arms here at Cromer Park. Referee unmoved, and the Mariners want to get on with it. El-Helou! He's offside. The flag was up. The call looked to be a correct one from our vantage point. But another warning sign fired across the bow from the Central Coast Mariners. El-Helou is getting into all sorts of dangerous positions. Just going a fraction of a second early with his run. O'Driscoll was smart to just delay his drop. A signal of intent, if nothing else, from the Mariners. Lucas Vallela wants Ayok Mo pressing higher than what he was there. O'Driscoll. O'Donoghue just lost it. Rolling under his foot there and needs a touch. Just a lapse of concentration for a moment there from O'Donoghue. Manly United able to get it straight back up the end of the pitch where they want to be, though. Sliding in is Meek. And he's won the corner as well, Lucas Meek. He's done ever so well to recover. Forced the corner that Pecora was just trying to shield behind for a goal kick. They scored just a matter of minutes ago. The opener from a corner, of course. Another in-swinging delivery this will be. What's the result this time? It's much deeper. Wade comes out to claim and does. Wade just roll it out to the feet of Rocco Smith. I posited the question after the first goal, where to from here? I might have to posit the question once again. As Dry Rose skips past the challenge of Rossello. Little layoff now for Pecora, driven into the area. Flashing across the face. Now Mo sliding in. Just couldn't quite reach it to divert it goalwards. It was Elahelu's cross. Wicked and teasing and tantalising. Jai Rose making the effort, of course, with that darting run on the near touchline. Sliding challenge from Rocco Smith. Mariners couldn't quite retain possession though. Van der Sark. Wide it comes here. O'Donoghue. Miku drifted wide. Paragali saw him all the way. Left a little bit on Lucas Meek as he went through as well. Final touch, in fact, is off Manly's number 11, Lucas Meek. So Mariners throw in. Manly not too happy with not only the not awarding of the foul, but also the awarding of the throw into the Mariners. But their throw possession away. It's Rossello. It's Rossello. It's wide. Just a sight up. That from Stefano Rossello. See, he was trying to just curl it into that top corner, but didn't really get his boot around it enough. Didn't get the bend required. Offside flag is up again this time. Harry McCarthy drawing the ire of the assistants on the far touchline. It's a player that they certainly want to try and get involved as much as possible tonight, Harry McCarthy. Of course, as we said earlier in the piece, someone who really needs no introduction to the Central Coast Mariners. Spent some time at the Mariners Academy, of course. Regular favourites as well. Rose, looking flick on by Elhelu to find him, but Rose's touch just let him down at the crucial moments. Burgess, Rossello, wide now is Van der Sarg. O'Donoghue will overlap. Instead, Van der Sarg goes inside. Return pass as well here, Van der Sarg. Curling one towards the back post. Chaos in the 6-yard box, and the Mariners able to dig it clear just about. The strike coming from Van der Sarg as well, side netting. Absolute definition of a goalmouth scramble, that. The ball from Harry Van der Sarg causing the Mariners defence no end of headaches. Jesse Pure as it was arriving late. And then Burgess and Van der Sarg unable to turn it goalwards. Both sides so far in this one have shown they're capable of creating plenty of chaos in the box when they want to. Rose. Cora. Just a manly throw in at the end of it after the challenge from Chapman. Idris once again across the back, Aganovich, and now all the way back to his goalkeeper Levi Kay. Jackson Burgess now. McCarthy, big switch of play, looking for O'Donoghue. Underlapping there was Chapman. Shouldered off it by Jai Rose, who wins the goal kick as well. Excellent defending from Jai Rose, not shirking his defensive duties one iota. It's been lively this half. Jai Rose, of course, oh so nearly opened the scoring, in fact, for the Mariners early in the piece. Levi Kay with a very good stop indeed. Joel Wade uninterested in playing short this time. O'Driscoll rising above from Poulter. Cora just nods it down towards Rose. Chapman there first. Rose felt a little bit after the contact from Chapman as well. Here's Chapman. O'Hellu dropping in. Mariners get their defensive lines sorted. Ganovich and now O'Driscoll. Crossfield pass from O'Driscoll, brought down by Van der Sarg, and now O'Donoghue underlapping again. Tries to juggle his way past his defender. Cora tried to bustle his way through a couple of Manly players, but can't retain it. Burgess just helps it back to Ganovich, and we'll just reset, recycle, reload. Again. Van der Sarg. Cheeky little nutmeg on Rose there as well. Stepping in was Taylor to win it back for the Mariners. Haragali really playing his way into trouble. Absolutely playing with fire there under the press of Van der Sarg. He's able to just prod it back to Joel Wade, who sends it forward as far as halfway. It's Burgess. Wall pass was Rosello again for Burgess. He's able to clip it in towards Van der Sarg at the back post, nods it towards the opposite post. Repelled initially by Mewitz, hooked clear by Mo. Again Mewitz, as we see the board go up for 2 minutes of time to be added on.
Additional time.
As the whistle also goes. Manly free kick. Once again, just about halfway between the halfway line and the 18-yard box. And a chance for Harry Van der Sarg to create some more mayhem. His delivery's been pretty good tonight. Options forward, of course, Alan Ganovich lurking at that back post. Looks like Porter's been given the chance, or the task, I should say, to keep an eye on him. Van der Sarg goes shorter this time instead. Cross driven straight into the back of a Mariners player, and then Mewett will just hoist it upfield. Mariners throw in on the far touchline again. It's Elhelu. He's put in the shift. Absolutely well and surely since coming off the bench early in the piece for Harper Riles, who was forced off with injury. Similar types of players, of course, Harper Riles and Ahmed Elhelu, both cuts. Absolutely hulking figures up top. Strength and power from the both of them. There's Meek, able to dig it out to Burgess. Perez trying to measure the pass to Burgess. It's well cut out by Mariners fullback there in Ben Mewett, and that will be that for the first stanza here at Cromer Park between the Mariners and Manly United. Lucas Meek opened the scoring for Manly United, but pegged back within 90 seconds by Ahmed Elhelu, scoring his first goal for the Mariners senior NPL side. 45 minutes of action to come. We're off for a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back with you in about 15 or so minutes' time. A very warm welcome back indeed to Cromer Park here on the northern beaches of Sydney. At half-time, all square, one apiece between Manly United and the Central Coast Mariners.
The Central Coast Mariners leaving the field. Number 23, Lawrence Taylor.
Opening goal, of course, to Lucas Meek with a darting header following a set piece. Levelled up almost immediately by Ahmed El Helu, and that's how things stand. Just the one change at half-time for the Mariners, technically the home side this evening, as they resume hostilities here at Cromer. Lawrence Taylor, who was booked towards the latter knockings of the first half, I should say, takes his leave. Jordan Small on in place, a like-for-like replacement there for Lucas Valela's side. Mo dragged back by Darcy Burgess there. Mariners have shown many signs of promise in this one. As we said last week in that defeat to Blacktown City, it was a much improved performance. Nothing to show for us at the end of the day. They need to get points on the board in their fight for survival in the state's top flight. Mariners wanting a free kick there. Referee says nothing doing. Manly able to work their way into the area. Harry McCarthy shepherded out to great effect by Michael Paragali. Half-time, we had a surprise guest into our commentary box here as well. Mariners alumnus Max Ballard, of course, here at Cromer Park this evening in support of his former side. Also good friends with a number of those in Manly Blue this evening, including Levi Kay, of course, and Harry McCarthy, who was part of the Mariners Academy set-up with Max Ballard, as was Bilal Belkadi. Good to see what Ballard has been able to go on and do since his graduation from the academy into the senior Mariners setup, and now plying his trades over in the Netherlands with Noch Breda. Certainly established as a fan favourite over there, of course, and being tipped in some circles of social media as potential captain for the upcoming season. Here's Pires, driven into the body of Ayok Mo. He's certainly feeling that one. He's down on his haunches now, is Ayok Mo. The referee will just come over to check on the well-being of the Mariners number 10. He's driven into him at a rate of knots, real velocity behind that. Particularly on a really brisk, balmy evening like it is here on the northern beaches this evening. Sting all the more. Back to his feet, gingerly is Mo. He will need to leave the field of play briefly, as he did receive treatment. To get us back underway, hoisting it back into play. Rising was Pires. Flags up for perhaps a foul throw. You don't see those given all too often at any level of the game, really. Just about certain that would be a fine in nearly any dressing room. On we go. O'Driscoll. Fizz forward towards McCarthy. Blocked off by Rocco Smith. Schumacher. Rose just couldn't quite reel it in. Chapman flicked around the corner towards Burgess. Burgess saved by Joel Wade. Fairly regulation save for the Gloveman. Good little flick around the corner from Jesse Perez to find Burgess. Able to fashion a couple of yards of space to get the shot away. Joel Wade just inviting the press of McCarthy. Flipping it forwards. Pecora now for the Mariners. Smith forced into a somewhat hurried clearance under the pressure of Burgess. Chapman. Little give and go from Chapman as well. To work away inside is O'Donoghue towards McCarthy. Blocked off once again. Cleared by the Mariners only as far as Chapman and Perez. Van der Sarg will just return it back. That's a teasing looking, well, delivery that. Landing on the roof of the net of Joel Wade. Took a wicked deflection on the way through, really driven into the legs of Luca Pecora. Could have ended up just about anywhere. Joel Wade seemed happy enough that he had his angles covered. He was swirling about in the air. Another chance for Manly to wreak some havoc from the set piece. Scored from their opening set piece in the first half. This one again near post. Meek. It was Meek who scored that goal that we just touched on there. Joel Wade able to claim this time. Smith skips around the challenge and now strides forward to halfway. Coates are trying to lay it off back to Smith. Blocked off and now Manly with a chance to counter. Burgess herring after it. Jordan Small gets there first, looking to link up with Mewett. Mewett dragged down by Burgess. Lucas Vallela just giving some instruction there to Rocco Smith, feeling that the pass gave the ball away may have been just a little bit forced somewhat, and going to have another break in play here as Mariners have another player down in Muginga and Polter. They've already lost one of their strikers tonight, Harper Riles, early in the first half to injury as well. The man who came on to replace him, of course, Ahmed El-Helu, scoring what so far is the leveller, restoring parity. His first goal for the Mariners senior set-up, as we said. Outside of that, I've been impressed with El-Helu's performance, of course, his strength, in particular his movement off the ball. Used to be a tidy prospect for the Central Coast Mariners, as Polter looks like it may be a bridge too far for him to continue. The board goes up. It looks like the numbers hadn't quite been changed from the previous substitution, though I can't tell you it will be Polter taking his leave.
Substitution for Central Coast Mariners, leaving the
Jesse
field,
Mantell.
number 21, Muginga and Porter. Replaced by number 17,
So that may see a bit of a reshuffle up top. We'll wait and see how that plays out for Lucas Vallela's sides. From Schumacher, here is Mantell's first involvement, looking to skip inside of a couple of challenges. Had the beating of Perez, but got the next player, and Manly looked to go up the other end with breakneck speed. It was just too far ahead of Van der Sarg. Meek again keeping Joel Wade honest with his clearance. O'Donoghue back to retrieve. Here's Rose striding forward and striking as well from the edge of the area. ambitious from Rose, but again, he's been quite a live wire tonight. He was blocked off though, and now McCarthy looking to go up the other end immediately. Forced into touch by Luca Pecora. He's been nearly ever present for the Mariners since his move up the freeway, Luca Pecora. Previously of the MacArthur, or Bulls FC Academy, I should say. New look, Mariners defensive back four that we've grown accustomed to this season. Ben Mewis, Rocco Smith, Michael Paragali and Luca Pecora. That usual back four, and then in front of them a lot of rotation each week. O'Driscoll, wide it goes. O'Donoghue clipped in towards Meek. Pops out back for Rossello. Burgess leaves it for Pires, measuring the cross. Pires, decent looking ball that. Wade gets a fist to it initially. It's also collected on the way through by Lucas Meek. Joel Wade wearing the scars of war for his sins. No Adam Pavlesic or Jack Wachowski, of course, for the Mariners. Jared Williams, the reserve goalkeeper this evening. Joel Wade continues to get some treatment. Here for the Mariners, of course, made his debut earlier in the season. New signing from Spirit FC. Williams, the reserve goalkeeper, as we said, yet to make his first grade debut for the Central Coast Mariners. Turns just 17 years of age this year. Has been with the Mariners for a number of years through the ranks, all the way from under 14s upwards. Back underway here at Cromer Park as well. It's not the cleanest passage from the Central Coast Mariners, and that's, I think, quite easily and simply described as a needless corner. Paragali just fizzing it back at the feet of Wade, who slipped in his efforts to send it back upfield, and Manly have been dangerous from set pieces. As this is swung into the near post, Naganovic rising. Free kick spotted. I think Alan Naganovic, perhaps the guilty party there. Well, it's a bit of a reprieve for the Mariners, really. Joel Wade sends it long upfield, and it's a needless offside. Lucas Vermeulen was questioning who was actually the guilty party. Manly keen to just get on with things as McCarthy racing after that one. Paragali coming across to cover. Once again back on halfway. Driscoll and Naganovic exchanging passes. This time they can't quite find a way through that initial bank for the Mariners. Naganovic will have it back though. Rossello. Now Pires. First time pass to find Burgess. As Mewett paying him very close attention. Excellent bit of defending that from Ben Mewett, who is then brought down somewhat cynically, I think it's fair to say, by Chapman. Get a bit of a ticking off from the referee there as Ben Mewett looked to burst down this sideline. Lucas Vallela asking if there should be any further sanction against the Manly number 28. Just a ticking off required, nothing more. Mewett to resume hostilities. Repelled by Aganovich as far as Jordan Small on halfway. Paragali will send it forward with interest. Pirius bouncing off Mantell, and Mantell rolling his way through. Jesse Mantell towards the top of the box. The strike will come, and it's high wide, and not so handsome on that occasion from Schumacher. He just got his body shape all wrong for the strike, really. Maybe didn't realise quite just how much time he had there. He probably could have taken a touch or even let it roll across his body. Casting no shadow on Levi K's goal. Rose. Wide for Aokmo. Pecora dancing around a couple and then hauled down on the far touchline. It's all getting a little bit scrappy out here at Cromer. Similar sort of patterns to what we saw in the first stanza, with a number of free kicks being given in quick succession. This time it's the Mariners' turn to try and make Manly pay from the set piece. Pecora to whip this one and curl it away from goal. Back stick. Not a clear initially. Mantell. Mewett to be careful with that kind of throw. He's already given away one foul throw this evening. Here is Mantell. Mewett again. Perhaps just took one touch too many there, Ben Mewett. Harry McCarthy back to take it away from him, steal it off his toe. Van der Sarg now. O'Donoghue. Back inside for Van der Sarg. Now carry it forward and link up with Burgess. Chapman. Fancy Patrick Zonsvik is thinking about sending in some reinforcements here. He's got the likes of Peter Keris and Ben Coop on the bench he can call upon. Nodded clear by Mewett as far as Small. Rose does well to keep it in play. Can he get around the outside of O'Donoghue? Well, not without Donoghue bringing him down. In fact, it will just be a throw-in at the end of it. It looks like the ball ran out of play before the infraction from O'Donoghue. Launch one long this time. Pecora will telegraph it and pick it out before it reaches Van der Sarg. He'll look to launch a crossfield ball of his own. Telegraphed by Aganovich in kind. Alhelu able to lay it off and find a teammate in Schumacher. Here's Mantell looking to twist and turn and wriggle his way inside. Forced to go back to Rocco Smith. Small. Mariners will just look to calm it down now. Paragali thought about the Hollywood pass. Instead, just opted to play square to Pecora. Now Rose. Little give and go there with Mo, but the pass from Ayok Mo was a little too far ahead of Jai Rose, and Patrick Zvonzwijk will use the opportunity or take the opportunity to go through his bench, or will he? No, he won't, not just yet. I can tell you, two of those who I just mentioned, Peter Kikeris and Ben Coop, will be the two introduced. Fancy Darcy Burgess maybe coming off. We'll wait and see how that plays out as Mo is hauled down just in front of halfway. Those substitutes might just have to wait a little longer. Or will they? No, they won't. Double change for Patrick Zvonzwijk's side. Darcy Burgess, as we said, taking his leave for Ben Coop. Peter Kikeris.
Double substitution
in
for
place
Man United
of
Leading
Lucas
the
Meek.
field, Number 23, Darcy Burgess, and number 11, Lucas Meek, replaced by number 7, Peter Kikeris, and
As
number
we said,
9,
Lucas
Benjamin
Meek opened
Coop.
the scoring here this evening at Cromer Park. He got a double last time he faced the Mariners. Darting header at the near post following a corner. Only thought that perhaps they could have taken that and really run with it and sailed off into the sunset, but not to be. As it stands, one apiece. Ben Coop, though. I'm sure will be an absolute handful for Paragali and Smith to deal with. Peter Kikeris, well, we all know what he can deliver as well, an absolute live wire, and look to get him on the ball here, but it's cut out by Newitz. Schumacher. Kikeris, of course, one of those up against his former employers tonight in the Mariners. Smith, harried by Ben Coop. I think just to play keep ball for the time being, the Central Coast. All the way back to Joel Wade. They go long this time. Aganovich, well, that's easy for him. Schumacher winning it back centrally now. Jordan Small. Rose. Easily picked out by Van der Sar, but he can't stick the pass. He just turns it straight into touch. Smith slaloms through a couple of challenges there. Does ever so well indeed, and now it's Mantell. Skips past one in the form of Chapman. Slide rule pass, and then the cross is overhit. It's overcooked. It was a long way ahead of Ayok Mo. It was always going to be a difficult one to try and keep that one in the field of play and pull it back. Mantell maybe just anticipating the run a little bit earlier from Ayok Mo. O'Driscoll, oh, that's an uncharacteristic loose pass from him. O'Donoghue trucking back to retrieve it, just about. Jai Rose did well to cut it out in the first instance, and the Mariners will have the throw on the far touchline. Which comes to Nout. Rolling behind in the end harmlessly. Kikeris. Little touch around the corner for Piri's sliding challenge from Mantell. Excellent tenacity on display. Now Rose. Slaloming forward here is Rose. Into the area. Striking as well. It's a relatively regulation save for Levi Kay. But again, bright signs from Dry Rose. It's a challenge from Jesse Mantell that really created something out of nothing nearly for the Mariners. Intended for McCarthy. Schumacher had a long time to see it and come across and cut it out. Smith going one way and the other, and it's eventually going around Ben Coop, but then trying to force the pass and picked out by Chapman. McCarthy with the layoff to Kikaris. Kikaris into the 6-yard box and Wade out to smother the chance. Not the best throw out that from Wade though, picked out easily by Chapman. Now Kikaris over to skip inside. Kikaris strikes, blocked off almost immediately. Good touch from Chapman to create a couple of yards of space. Perez, McCarthy. Also go around the outside of Aokno. Bit of a sustained period of possession this for Manly now. O'Donoghue. And again going across the back with Perez. This time he'll look to clip it into the area. Towards Coop. Paragali, I think it was, who was absolutely touch tight to Ben Coop, as he would be well advised to be. Able to win it back and turn it into touch and win the throw as well. Patrick Swansvik will go to his bench once more.
Substitution for Manly United.
Stefano Rossello will take his leave.
Number 8, Stefano Rossello, replaced by number 17, Farah Coco.
Farah Coco on in place. Stefano Rossello. Swansvik side to try and go for the jugular here. Fairly evenly poised. This one between these two beachside towns, of course, the Mariners and Manly United. Certainly reflected on the scoreboard, of course, one apiece here at Cromer Park. It is the third round 16th fixture. Sarg driving one forward towards Coop, who has gone down off the ball. Referee uninterested. It's Wade clears his lines. Driscoll rising. Chapman will got it back to Oganovic. Just need to get it on the deck here, Manly. They do through Van der Sarg. Switches one to the far touchline with Farah Coco. O'Donoghue was underlapping. Something cooking here perhaps for Manly. Still going O'Donoghue. Little layoff as well. The strike will come at the end of it from Van der Sarg. Takes a big deflection on the way through and behind for another Manly United corner. O'Donoghue across to take to swing this one in once again. Bit of a hush falling over Cromer Park here as well as he does so. Clipped in towards the back stick. Rising was O'Driscoll, cleared off the line, striking, again blocked. I tell you what, the final efforts at the end of it all from Harry McCarthy, flashing over the crossbar. He's no stranger to the spectacular. Quite make it happen on that occasion though. Scored an absolute wonder goal at this venue last year, of course, in I think it was round one from memory, did Harry McCarthy. Picking the ball up in his own half and nutmegging his defender before carrying it forward and scoring from all of about 45 yards. Kikaris has stolen a march on Rocco Smith. Now it's Kikaris pulled across the face. And again, they just can't squeeze it home to Manly United. It's that man again, McCarthy. Mariners' defensive pressure may have just been enough to squeeze out Manly's talisman, their number 10. But it feels like they are absolutely battering on the door at the moment. You certainly wouldn't bet against him, particularly against his former employers, Harry McCarthy. It's Van der Sarg, though. Well, it's awfully audacious, if nothing else. It's a long way wide in the end, though. Snapshot from Harry Van der Sarg. As we tick into the final 15 or so minutes here at Cromer Park, momentum just about certainly favouring Manly United. I was just about to say favouring the home side, but technically the Mariners are home side this evening. Towering sort of head of that from Van der Sarg, linking up with Coco as well, who's done well to keep it in, but he doesn't have the beating of Pecora. Concedes the free kick as well. Sending everyone forwards and putting his foot through that. Bounces past O'Driscoll. Not past Taganovich, but it pops out here for Mantell. Oh, what a save, Levi Kay. Jesse Mantell on the half volley from the edge of the area. Levi Kay plunging low to his right. Very sharply indeed, and it had to be. Was struck so pure, that from Jesse Mantell. It's a very good save, just getting a look on the monitor here at Cromer Park. Corner for the Mariners though, Jai Rose across the tape. Swings it in towards the back post, a couple rising for it. Flicks off a Manly head, may have been O'Driscoll, and out for a throw in on that far touch line. Tough to have the beating in the air of that centre-half pairing of O'Driscoll and Taganovich, of course. O'Donoghue's not exactly a shrinking violet either. And another corner for the Mariners is the end result on that far touch line. Rose, who will look to swing it away from the goalkeeper this time. Towards the penalty spots. Flicked on by a Mariners head. Schumacher picks up the second ball. Swings it away for Rose, who had an age to see it through the air, but it was an awfully awkward height. He'll pick up the loose ball, though, from O'Donoghue, and now striding forward into the area is Rose. Maybe caught in two minds there as to whether to go himself or lay it off for a teammate. In the end, it was really neither. Manly United looking to go straight back up the other end with breakneck speed through Kikeris, who has his heels clipped. And that puts paid to the counter. Looking good in transition on that occasion. Maybe just taking too much on himself, but they've got the free kick for their troubles here. Swung in by Van der Sarg towards Coco. Headed behind by Rocco Smith. Manly United's turn for a corner. This time, Peter Kikeris across to take. flat, driven sort of delivery that from Kikeris, repelled as far as McCarthy. Mariners just fluffing their clearances again. McCarthy inside for Coop. His pull back across the area was blocked as well. Another corner for Manly United. Referee's just got a bit of sorting out to do on the goal line as well. Farakoko and Ben Coop giving their Mariners counterparts no end of headaches, and I'm sure sore toes as well. Joel Wade absolutely hemmed in there as well, the goalkeeper. This one is swung in, it's floated. Wade comes out and gets a good looking fist to it. Only as far as O'Donoghue. It's across, doesn't beat the defender stationed at that near post. And now Dry Rose will look to go through the gears here. O'Driscoll does well to catch him up. But Dry Rose is absolutely dumped to the deck right in front of us here by Jesse Perez. He will earn a yellow card for his trouble. First Manly United player into the book this evening. Lucas Villela is absolutely livid with the treatment displayed to young Dry Rose there. Making his feelings clearly known to the officials, particularly the official on this near touchline. Dry Rose back up and about. Well and truly into the final 10 minutes or so of this one here at Cromer Park, a match which has been so finely poised for much of it. This Battle of the Beaches, one apiece, goals to Lucas Meek and Ahmed El Helou. Joel Wade's clearance is blocked off initially. It does bounce all the way through for Mantell. It's brought down by his opposite number 17 in Coco, but legally so. Pecora picks out the ball through towards Coop and now looks to slide one in behind for El Helou. Aganovich saw it all the way, read it all the way. Plays one forward towards Kikeris. A little bit frantic in that passage of plays. It bounces all the way through to Levi K. Mo just giving him something to think about before he rolls the ball out to O'Driscoll. The Irishman linking up with O'Donoghue. Perez. Again picked out by Mewitz. But Mewitt's pass is just left all too far behind Mantell. Himself has been lively since his introduction as well. Drew a very sharp save out of Levi K a few moments ago. Just slipping as he played the pass to Sutton. Perhaps that's a sign of the conditions down on the pitch as well as the temperature drops. Of course, we see the dew start to form, particularly on this synthetic surface here at Cromer Park. Otherwise, a spotless surface. Wonderful facility, as we said, here on the northern beaches. Kikeris to juggle it under his spell and then tries to skip inside. He'll have the free kick as well. This time, Dry Rose, the guilty party. Manly eager to get on with it. O'Driscoll helps it on. Chapman, and it's cut out by Dry Rose. Manly too eager to get on with it. Pecora hoists it forward towards Mo, who just let it bounce and gave Alan Aganovich plenty of time to come across and play covering defender. It's the 85th minute here at Cromer Park. Still time to find a winner in this one. The Mariners desperate to try and hoist themselves off the foot of the table. Manly United desperate to be where they certainly feel they should be in finals football. A win tonight will see them just 4 points outside the finals places. points apiece doesn't really do much for either side. Perhaps morale building, at the very least for the Mariners. Lucas Valela, again, is absolutely dancing up and down that technical area. He's kicking every ball, he's feeling every challenge. However, stood just about prone on the edge of his technical area and now goes to take a seat after that loose pass. Thrown in by Mewitz. Turned into touch by Coco. Towards Mo, it's stolen away, but Rocco Smith will step in. Only for a moment though, Coco. A couple of loose-ish sort of passes from Smith in this one this evening. He's usually quite a good distributor of the ball, in all fairness. Mewitz will have the throw. Eventually does hoist it back into play, flicked on by Mantell. O'Driscoll will pick it up. Dry Rose coming forward to press O'Donoghue. Ricochets off Rose and then back off O'Donoghue, and now El Helu will feed off the scraps. O'Donoghue does well to recover and does even better to win the throw. Driven straight into the body of El Helu. Give it straight back to the Mariners though. All the way back to Wade, who sends it straight back upfield with interest. O'Driscoll will rise to meet it first. Pires will help it on to Van der Sarg and then get it back from Van der Sarg as well. Coco, well, Coco looking to utilise the full width of the pitch, but too much so. Manly now showing an increased sense of urgency, particularly in their press off the ball. As are the Mariners, in all fairness as well. All the way back to Kay. Was forced to hurry his clearance under the press. Ayok Mo just slices off the outside of his boot and into touch. Well, neither side seemingly willing to die, wondering if there's a bit of an issue off the ball there. Kikeris dragging down his opponents. Ball was nowhere near him. It was Jordan Smollett. He's just hauled to the deck. That's a little bit needless, in all fairness, from Pete Kikeris. Joins Jesse Pires in the book. Maybe a sign of frustration, perhaps. The resultant free kick, though, is left wanting. Rising there is Rocco Smith over the top of McCarthy. He's done well, has Rocco Smith, and Mantell just bursts his way past Pires. Not once, but twice, and now links up with Rose. Can't quite stick the pass, though. O'Driscoll able to stretch and retrieve it. Now, McCarthy. Coco. Skipping inside. It's Farah Coco. Looking for the big crossfield switch of play. Coming forward here is Kikeris, looking to just bounce off the challenge, and does so. Slaloming through 1, 2 and 3. Pete Kikeris. And his shot is blocked off and nearly fell, oh so kindly, for Ben Coop. And how's the turn from El Helu, and the Mariners look to transition rapidly here, but for the sliding challenge from O'Donoghue. And then the back heel from El Helu, perhaps not realising that Dry Rose was still on the deck. It's Manly's turn to go straight back up the other end. End-to-end stuff here at Cromer. Kakaris' cross towards Coco. Can't guide it goalwards though. Mantell coming across to cover and defend against McCarthy. And that's needless from Harry McCarthy, who will almost certainly go into the book for that. Jesse Mantell thrown to the deck by Manly's number 10, who's still carrying on as well.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 4 minutes additional time.
We see the board go up for added time, and here Manly's ground announcer Eric Subiano confirmed 4 minutes of time to be added on here. Jesse Mantell still down, receiving a bit of treatment from the looks. Some running repairs. Ben Mewett as well, who's got through a shift and a half and then some at fullback. Mariners just using the opportunity to take some fluids on board, and they may also look to take the opportunity to make a change or two as well. Harrison Jablonski stripped and ready for action. Of who will be departing for the Mariners. Shumba Motokoyi, I can tell you as well, is being ready for action, and Ahmed Elahelu, it will be the Mariners goal scorer to take his lead. And Ayok Mo,
number 9 Ahmed Elahelu, and number 10 Ayok Mo, replaced by number 22 Shumba Motokoyi and number 38 Harrison Jablonski.
Final changes for the Mariners as Lucas Villela empties his bench. Both sides really going for broke somewhat in the final knockings of this one here at Cromer. Mariners win the throw. Flicked on by Coop. McCarthy it is this time, who's dumped to the deck. Manly keen to get on with it, but all too keen for the referee's liking. Ball was still moving as the free kick was taken. Well, Manly absolutely going for it. Everyone coming forward for this one now. Levi Kay looking to launch it long. He does, towards the edge of the area. Initially repelled by the Mariners. Schumacher it was, juggling on the edge of the area. Tried to juggle his way into the area. Ganovich, and then cleared once again as far as Coco. Outside him is Coop. Mantell with a tug of the jersey on Ben Coop. And that's needless from Jesse Mantell. He finds himself in the book now as well. Fairly cut and dried yellow card to give there. And it's not a great position to give away that sort of free kick either. O'Donoghue, it is across to take, to whip this one in. Matthew O'Donoghue clips it in centrally, rising, and then nodded over. Nodded clear, I should say. Somehow it doesn't end up in the back of the net, and I can't tell you how, because that was absolute chaos. So we have about 30 seconds of added time remaining. Maybe not even. O'Donoghue maybe with one last roll of the dice towards the back post. A massive bodies rising. O'Driscoll was one. The Mariners hook it clear initially. Rose is bundled off it. Play goes on. O'Donoghue slips. Motokoyi able to clear. Nodded back in as far as Coop. Motokoyi again completes the clearance, and the Mariners, do they have one last trick up their sleeve? Mantell has found himself with an acre of space on the near touchline. Jesse Mantell Excellent covering defence. What about the recovering run from Harry van der Sarg, who's got through a mountain of work in 94 minutes and still able to pull that out. Schumacher. It's attack after attack after attack at each end of the field. Rose is racing after this, but he won't be able to keep it in play. Or will he? He will indeed. That'll show me. Here's Luca Pecora now to the byline. Clipped in centrally. Rising to nod clear was Aganovic. This is absolutely frenetic stuff to close out the second stanza. The final knockings of the second half here. Well and truly through the 4 minutes of added time. Flip a coin and tell me which way it's going to land. That's as much chance as I've got as being able to tell you if we're going to be able to find a winner here and who it might be. Here's Mewitz. Skips past a couple. Still going here is Mewitz into the area. Pulled back and turned towards goal. And what a save that is from Levi Kay to keep it level. That is unbelievable stuff at point blank range. With the game in the balance, Levi Kay steps up big. That is absolutely incredible goalkeeping. Jai Rose it was again at point blank range, and that will indeed be that here at Cromer. And breathe after what was an absolutely frantic final 10 or so minutes here at Cromer Park for this, the third round 16 fixture between the Mariners and Manly United. Unable to separate the two sides. Manly went ahead. Lucas Meek with a flicked header, a deft touch from the corner, was pulled back almost immediately. Parity restored within 90 seconds by Ahmed El Helou. Both sides toiled as well they might, particularly in the final frantic stages of this one. But a point apiece, perhaps fitting at the end of the evening's play. The Mariners will be back in action on Sunday afternoon as they finally make their long-awaited return to Plume Park. That one at 3 o'clock. Manly United in action themselves on Sunday, right at this venue, as they play host to Sydney FC at 5 o'clock. But until then, from all of us here at Football New South Wales and myself, Pete Pryor, I'll see you all next time. It's bye for now.